After 1976, the moon was seen as barren and dull. But then, on a winter night in 2019, China landed on a place no one had dared to touch, the far side of the moon. No country had ever reached the far side because it's impossible to transmit signals there. So why did China dare to do this? What are they searching for in that eternally dark place? Section 1. The Forgotten Mystery of the Moon. For decades after the Apollo and Luna missions, the moon kept its secrets, while humanity turned its gaze toward more distant planets. The last time humans brought samples back from the moon was the Soviet Union in 1976, marking the end of an era. Then, seemingly overnight, the moon race ignited once more. SpaceX rockets roared into the sky. NASA launched the Artemis program. And China quietly ventured into territories where no one had ever set foot. Whispers began to spread about strange discoveries on the far side of the moon. So what exactly did they find? Section 2. The era of Chang'e begins. China's moon exploration program only began in the early 2000s. With an ambitious step-by-step plan, the China National Space Administration, CNSA, launched a series of probes named Chang'e, inspired by the legendary moon goddess, to systematically study both the system and the strategy behind lunar exploration. Chang'e-1 created a 3D map of the moon's surface and detected traces of helium-3, a potential nuclear fuel. Chang'e-2 flew as close as 14 kilometers above the surface to survey safe landing zones for future missions. Chang'e-3 performed the first soft landing since 1976 and deployed the U-2 rover, the first ultraviolet telescope ever placed on the moon. Section 3. Historic breakthrough on the far side. In 2019, Chang'e-4 made history by becoming the first spacecraft ever to land on the far side of the moon, a place that had never before been explored. This region is entirely blocked from direct communication with Earth due to the moon's mass shielding it. China solved this problem using the Qiao satellite, Magpie Bridge, placed at the Earth-Moon Lagrange point L2. From that stable vantage point, all data could be relayed consistently between the far side and Earth. Section 4. Secrets beneath the dust. After landing, the U-22 rover began surveying a region never before. It is estimated that the moon holds more than 1 million tons of helium-3, enough to power Earth for thousands of years. The higher concentrations are believed to exist on the far side, and China has already begun mapping its distribution in detail. Section 5. What is the strange gel? In mid-2019, the rover discovered a mysterious shiny substance in a small crater, something unlike anything else in the surrounding terrain. The internet exploded with theories. Was this alien slime? When the images were finally released, scientists identified the material as a mixture of melted rock caused by a meteorite impact, forming a glass-like substance rich in valuable minerals such as olivine and pyroxene. It wasn't a living organism, but it was clear evidence of a high-energy event that once took place on the moon's surface. Section 6. The first sprout beyond Earth. Chang'e 4 also carried a miniature ecosystem, a small biosphere chamber containing soil, seeds, and insect eggs. And then the miracle happened. A cottonseed sprouted under the moon's gravity, the first time in human history. Although the sprout died after 2 weeks due to the freezing lunar night at -62 degrees Celsius, the experiment proved that life from Earth can begin to grow on another celestial body, paving the way for growing food in future extraterrestrial colonies. Section 7. Curiosity and Doubt. China announced its findings to the scientific community, and the world began to show respect. However, because the CNSA has military ties, many questioned the real motives. Could it involve surveillance, military reconnaissance, or something still hidden? Especially when the images of the strange gel were delayed. Many believed something was being concealed. Tension peaked in 2021 when the rover discovered a cube-shaped object, which netizens dubbed the Mystery House. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be just a rock shaped like a crouching rabbit. A coincidence, as Yutu means jade rabbit. Section 8. The Moon, gold mine of the 21st century. Setting aside alien theories, the bigger story is this: the race for resources. Helium-3, water ice, rare minerals. If successfully extracted, they could revolutionize Earth's energy economy. China has already conducted experiments melting lunar soil to release helium-3 and plans to build a robotic research station this decade, possibly using 3D printing technology with lunar soil. The far side. Section 10. Who will own the moon? Currently, the 1967 Outer Space Treaty prohibits any nation from claiming sovereignty over the moon. But in reality, the country that leads in resource extraction will be the one to write the rules. Chang'e 6 has already brought back 2 kilograms of samples from the far side. The upcoming Chang'e 7 and 8 missions will head to the poles to search for ice and test base-building technologies. Their goal? To establish an international lunar research station by the early 2030s. A station built in collaboration, but outside the U.S.-led framework. Section 11. A new race on ancient ground. NASA has launched the Artemis program with support from SpaceX, Blue Origin, and allied nations, aiming to land American astronauts on the moon around 2027. China, in turn, plans to send its first astronauts to the moon by 2030 using the Long March 10 rocket and a new lunar lander. Both sides are targeting the South Pole, a region of eternal sunlight and permanent ice. Section 12. The future on lunar soil. Never before in modern history has the moon played such a crucial role in humanity's future. From what was once a cold light bulb in the night sky, it has now become a strategic hub for energy, survival, and space politics. Section 13. Risk of division. Chance for unity. The vision of the moon being divided into zones of influence like during the colonial era is becoming more real. As laws struggled to keep pace with the speed of extraction, the risk of conflict grows. But because no sovereignty is currently established, this is also a unique opportunity to build a transparent, cooperative framework from the start. Section 14. Lessons from Yutu and Chang'e. Despite controversy, it's undeniable China has achieved extraordinary milestones, not just technologically, but also strategically. They are the first country to reach the far side of the moon, the first to sprout life beyond Earth, and the first to analyze deep lunar resources. Chang'e is no longer just a legend. It has become a real force that is reshaping the game. The U-2 rover isn't just a machine. It's a symbol of a new generation of exploration. Section 15, The End, or the Beginning. The moon is not the final destination. It is a launch pad for the next great leap. The first lunar bases will be where humans learn how to live beyond Earth, manufacture in extreme environments, and explore new paths for energy, biology, and planetary science. That's why the race to the moon is no longer about making history. It's about shaping the future. A future where humans are not just Earth's inhabitants, but citizens of the universe.